Okay, so here is the latest update video for particularly Wavy, the the physics of light based puzzle game that I've been working on for the last few weeks here. So in the last couple of days, I have completely redone how I was dealing with light. So what I had before was, pardon me, what I had before was I had this line renderer. Basically, in Unity, this is just a line renderer. And I would turn it on when I turn this, activate this for the light, and deactivate it when I want it off. And basically, I'm just calculating, from this position over until I think about 100 meters this way. And I'm just checking if I am hitting anything. So what I had before was something like, if I take this black block here, every frame I would calculate shooting in this direction, and I would do a ray cast. Oh, I hit something, and then I would register this object with the master object holding all the code for this line renderer. And I would say, okay, so this light hit this one, and we hit it in the past, so just update whatever reflections or refractions or whatever extra stuff we have off of this. But the way that I would store those reflections and refractions and extra stuff were in separate dictionaries. And basically, I think, okay, I have to go a little bit lower. Bam, there we go. And then, right, we can shut it off that way, and bam, go that way. And so basically, with a dictionary, you really have no way of telling what hit what first, right? So if I put this one over here, and then I take this one and I drop it over here, my program, under the first way that I tried it, had no way of telling which one I was hitting first, exactly. Basically, at the end of every frame, I would have another dictionary that would tell me, okay, did you check this object? Was this object checked this frame? If it wasn't checked, then then we want to turn off any reflections or refractions that are associated with it, and actually delete any reflections or refractions that were associated with that object. But in any case, basically I had to have 3 different dictionaries, and I had to be constantly checking every frame to see whether they were checked or not. And it was a really, I see now, a really inefficient way of doing stuff. Okay, so how did I fix this? I'm hoping that this video will actually show that it works. So what I did instead was I started searching around for information about how other people had done something like this. So I did lots of Google searches, basically. And what I found, there we go, we got a nice reflection over there. What I found was, okay, so third time's the charm, as they always say. Just a little interruption in the video before. So in any case, after some research, what I found was I heard about something called ray tracing and ray trees. And basically, when you ray trace something, you simulate how real light would interact with objects. So if you have a light source, like my laser over here, what you would do is mathematically you would shoot out some rays in the direction that the light would travel in, and then you just check for any intersections. So if we shoot out some rays here, we can tell that they will intersect this object. And after you have intersected an object, you check the nature of that object. So, this one is a black block, And well, black doesn't really reflect very much light. It definitely doesn't refract anything because it's not transparent. So after intersecting this block, we would determine, okay, well, just stop there. We don't have to do anything special because it doesn't reflect anything and it doesn't really refract anything. But if we do that for this mirror, I know it's not actually a mirror, but this white block I call a mirror. So if we do that for this mirror, what we find is we do the same thing. We shoot out some rays, we check for the intersection, we find out that, oh, this is a mirror, so it should reflect whatever kind of light is hitting it, and we create a child ray for this parent object. So basically, this parent ray will have a list of children, and the first child will be this ray here. And then basically we just recurse from there. So for this, for each child inside the list of children, we check what we are intersecting. So this one is obviously intersecting nothing, so we don't have to worry about any other checks. But if I change the angle, well, we find out that we are intersecting this now. And then we do another check on this object. And okay, it's the same as before, and then we go up here, and now I am intersecting this prism. And well, prisms refract light, so I create a whole list of children for this object, and they get parented here, and we just check recursively again for each one of those children. So obviously these 6 rays of light hit the black block, but this 7th one, I believe it should be violet. Violet does not hit it, so it goes up here and intersects with this object, and I can move along. And if we change the angle, now 4 of them are hitting this one, and these 3 we don't care about because they are not reflected by this material, but this 4th one, the green light, is reflected by it, so it creates another reflection. So this reflection would be parented to this one. And if we change, if we change it, it just keeps on updating for us, and it just checks recursively each time. So whenever we change one of the children, what one of the children is hitting, it says, okay, well, have we hit this before? Yes? No? Is this the same or different than what we hit before? If it's the same, then we just go through and we recursively update the children. If it's different, well, then we start over. We delete all of the children from that point, and we redo all of the calculations to see what we should be hitting and how we should interact with that object. So it's taken a lot of work to get a nice recursive set of functions going that will do this. So yeah, I hope to start building some actual puzzles for this. This is just my little playground level to make sure that everything is working okay. So I can do this, and there we go. Right, this will refract correctly. If we change the angle there, that will interact correctly as well. Yeah, so no bugs so far. Again, so far, but it is always possible that I will discover some bugs, down the line. But in any case, it seems to be working, and I hope to get some progress made on designing some puzzle levels using these mechanics. So, thank you for watching.